Welcome to the Online Radio Station Challenge. I'm Anitra J from The Crafty Musician. I'm so glad to have you join us for this challenge. The purpose of this Online Radio Station Challenge is to challenge you to submit your music to online radio stations. It's that simple. I know that a lot of times as a DIY artist, you're doing everything yourself mostly, and you really don't have a lot of time. And when you go on and look for online radio stations, they're hard to find, they're hard to come by. So that's what we're going to do. The challenge is to find 10 radio stations and submit your music to 10 radio stations. And if you want to try and do more, that would be great. That would be so awesome if you did. But I'm going to teach you in this challenge how to find lots and lots of radio stations that you can submit to, how to establish a rapport and gain networking contacts during this process, how to figure out how to do this as quickly as possible so you can get to practicing your music and other things that you really need to do. And lastly, this process is going to help you to better position yourself on how to make pitches, not just with radio contacts, but with other contacts that you need to reach out to. This is the first of a 4-part teaching. To get the entire course, click on the link I posted in the description box below to sign up for free. I will send you the spreadsheet template we're going to use in this video, plus you'll be able to access the remaining 3 parts of this course. If you want to learn more DIY hacks for your music career, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to be personally notified every time we upload a new video. This is actually a working challenge, so once you start, I want you to minimize this window that I'm talking in, and I want you to have another window open so that you can work along with me through the process. My genre is soul music, so I'm going to be looking for radio stations that feature soul music. You might be looking for radio stations that feature another genre like pop or reggae. So that is going to be your job. So we're going to be working through this together. So let's get started. If you signed up for the Internet Radio Challenge I mentioned earlier, you should have received an email from me with a link to download the radio submission tracking spreadsheet. Make a copy of it and save it into your drive or on your computer. Open it up and have it ready because we are about to go. Click on the second tab of this spreadsheet, and here's where you'll keep track of all of your radio submissions. So on separate rows in each column, you're going to put the radio station, their website, the contact information, submission guidelines, any songs you want to submit to that particular station, if they responded, if you submitted your music, if you followed up, and did you get airplay. And this is how you're going to be able to keep track of everything you did, because once you start this campaign, you're going to want to keep track of all the radio stations you reached out to and what the status is of those submissions. The third tab provides a listing of online radio stations. The first one on the list is a directory that you can find on my website. Currently, it's only $12.99 a month. You can get it for the entire year or just a few months. But if you signed up for this course through the link I mentioned earlier, you should have received a coupon where you can access the first month at a steep discount. I've also listed a handful of directories on this page that you can search through for free. But these are not categorized by genre, and you'll have to sift through all of them to find out if they're accepting submissions and what their submission process is. But if you want to speed up the process, I recommend checking out the directory on my website. It has tons of stations, including college radio, conventional stations, as well as internet radio stations, all searchable by genre, along with submission requirements, and all of the stations listed are currently accepting submissions. Whether you choose to use my directory or search through the free listings to build your own, having a directory at your disposal will make your radio campaign go a lot smoother. It's like your secret sauce to getting radio airplay consistently. In this video, I'll show you how to search through the free listings, and I'll also give you a sneak peek into the premium directory on my site so you'll be able to compare. But the important thing is that you have options either way. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is let's just go into one of them. Let's go into TuneIn Radio, see what pops up. Okay, so TuneIn is really cool because they have genres and different categories that you can search by. So you can search by location or music. So let's search by music. And let's see here. So they have a listing of trending now, Throwback Thursday, what's hot, Taylor Swift. Yeah, okay. So if you say so. Let's see what we can dwindle down to. Discover new music, must listen music podcasts. These are all podcasts. Oh, here we go. Explore. Let's look and see. Look at all of these genres. Okay, so let's look at indie music. Top 10 indie music stations. So we can start there and we can keep scrolling down and see what else is available here. Look at all of these indie stations. So take your pick. Let's look at indie. I'm looking based on my genre. You can look based on whatever your genre is. Let's look at independent music. Okay, so it goes into their... Oh! Oh my gosh! Stop. Okay, sorry. So it goes into their page and the music starts playing right away. So you can listen to it for a second and see, what kind of music they play. I'm going to click on more information and it gives me a website. That's what I really want. They also give you an email address. So if you don't find anything good on the website, you can always use this email address as well. So let's click on the website here. See if we can get some information. Okay, Chicago Sound Alliance, broadcasting from the campus of Loyola University. So this is a college radio station. That's not really what I'm interested in right now, but let's just go through this for the sake of this exercise. College radio station, looks like they're in Chicago. Okay, about what we're looking for here is what kind of music do they feature and how do you submit? And those are the two questions we're trying to answer right now. Student run radio station. Yes, all college radios are. Seek to provide the leading college radio experience in Chicago. Non-commercial. Doesn't tell me anything about what I need to know. Oh, here we go. Get your music on WLUW-FM. Mail your album to the following address. Click here to apply to be a volunteer. So that's probably all you're going to get out of this website. What kind of music they play? Let's look at the schedule. Independent music. Our daily blend of underground and independent music, plus the latest tunes on the indie charts and your requests. Call us at 773-508. They play a lot of independent music. Look at this. So they'll probably be interested in hearing what you have to share about your music. They look like they play a lot of independent music. If you're a hip hop artist, looks like they have a hip hop show. That's cool. Okay, so we got that information. Let's go back to about what you can do is send a physical album to the station. Submission guidelines here. So just put it in there. Here's the website. Contact, they didn't really give you any contact information, and the name of the radio is WLUW-FM 88.7. Okay, so under notes I want to put that this is a college radio station. They tend to be not as responsive as online radio stations, so I try not to spend too much time on college radio stations for right now. for this particular project. You know, they have their place, but not for this particular project. So let's move on. We're going to do a couple more here so that you can get an idea of what to do with these. Let's see, indie eclectic. Oh, you know, I forgot to mention that they also had an email address too on that college radio station. But your best bet is to do exactly what they say on how to submit because you'll have the best chances at getting airplay if you follow their instructions. Okay, so this one doesn't have a website. So I'm going to pass that one up and see what else. You really need to find radio stations that have a website, just because you're just going to spin your wheels trying to figure out how to reach out to them, and it's just so many that you don't need to bother. Okay, so let's look at heardwell.com. Okay, great. Let's check out about first music label entirely powered by social tastemakers and their communities. Yada yada. Want to make a record with us? Drop us a line at contact. Okay, well, no, I just want to get airplay on your station. I have no idea how to. Radio. Okay. Innovative digital radio service delivers best in new and upcoming music. There is the schedule. No information about how to submit music. Okay, so this is a good one. I'm going to take this email address and just put it into, can't copy and paste, contact at heardwell.com. You have to find out what their submission guidelines are. So just put their email address down and keep moving. I'm going to copy their website into my sheet. Okay, let's try one more. Indie 105 hot chip one life stand. Let's try Indie 105. More information. Website. Look at Dave Grohl. How was that an indie? Some mainstream. I get nervous when I see mainstream bands pictures on indie websites, because it's like, are you really indie or not? DJs, playlists, events, videos, contests, music space. Contact right here. Oh, here we go. Contact Live 105. It says music submissions, Aaron at live105.com. Okay, so I'm just going to copy Aaron at live105.com into the spreadsheet, and I'll say this is Live 105 Radio. Copy their website address and keep it moving. I went ahead and filled out all of my entries. I have 10 entries, 10 radio stations that I think I want to submit my music to. As you can see, I have 5 of which do have submission requirements for, and the other 5 I do not. So I'm going to prioritize them right now. And I'm going to reach out to the 5 that I don't have submission guidelines for and just ask them if they're accepting new music submissions. And if so, how would they like me to submit my music to them? So it's very simple email. Don't, add any additional information right now that's not necessary. All you want to do is find out if they are accepting new submissions and how to submit. So go ahead and pause this video right now, and I want you to work on sending out those emails to the radio stations which you don't have submission guidelines for. All right, so by now you should have 10 radio stations that you want to submit your music to, and you should have already sent out an email to those stations that you don't have submission guidelines for. On page 1 of the radio submissions tracking sheet, I included a link to one of my most popular posts on my blog, 10 online radio stations to submit your music to. Check out that post if you want to get a head start on building your personal directory. Okay, now I'm going to give you a sneak peek into the online radio directory on my website. Once you become a member, this is the dashboard you'll see for the directory. You'll start off by choosing your genre. One thing I want to mention here is that even though these are separated by genre as independent artists, a lot of our music can cross different genres. So in this directory, you can find even more stations by picking multiple genres that make sense for your music. So let's check out one of the genres. Let's check out indie alternative. The stations are listed by alphabetical order. You can see the logo, website, and the submission requirements. You can also find stations by name with the alphabet links at the top. We're constantly adding new stations to the directory, so every month there will be a list of updates at the top of the home page. The directory helps you save lots of time because you won't need to spend hours searching through random sites to find a handful of viable stations. With our directory, you can bypass all that and start your radio campaign immediately. Currently, you can access this directory for $12.99 a month. So if you need to do a campaign for your new release, you can get this for 1 or 2 months and then cancel, or you can get it for the entire year. If you signed up for this online radio challenge, the link is in the description box below. You'll get access to the remaining 3 parts to this course, as well as a coupon to get 50% off your first month of access to the online radio directory on my website. So if you want to continue working with me to get airplay for your music, go ahead and sign up now. In part 2 of this teaching, we're going to look at general rules of thumb when submitting your music to online radio stations, identifying which songs you want to send to each station, and we're going to talk about some different things that you need to do to prep your music when sending to different radio stations. And we're also going to talk about your pitch, and we're going to submit our music to at least 3 stations. So I hope that you enjoyed today. I hope that you got a lot out of it. Hope you have your 10 radio stations you're going to submit to. I'm looking forward to coming back tomorrow and getting to work. Head on over to thecraftymusician.com for more tips and tricks to level up your music career. Talk to you soon.